Hey, and welcome to today's training. I'm Rob Thomas, a expert enterprise architect that have been in this space, in the Microsoft space for over 24 years. And I am going to walk you through how to use Microsoft Planner. So today we're going to cover just getting started with Planner. This is for anyone who has purchased their Office 365. I've been in this platform for a while and they've seen this Planner app and they don't really know what it does. I'm going to cover its use and its value. Now, Planner technically is a stripped down version or less intense version of Microsoft Project. And as we've used Project on medium-sized or enterprise companies where you'll have a team of maybe 100 or 50 people, like you really need to manage via Gantt charts and so forth. So where Planner, it's a very stripped down version of, but Planner does offer a premium feature. So in the new feature updates, you can get a premium version of Planner and it'll do subtasks, which I'm not going to cover today, but that is really cool capability. And then it starts when you're doing the subtask, you start to see a version of a simple Gantt chart, right? So that's for those people that just want a little bit more capability out of Planner. It does offer that. But without further ado, let's get started and dig in. So when you first get into Planner, you're going to start here on this page. And this is going to be your home page. And you're going to go here to this little waffle section here and click on that. And then you'll see Planner right there. Now, sometimes Planner won't show up. So you'll click on more apps. And if you do that, it will take you here. And then you'll see Planner toward the bottom or setup, right? So once you find Planner, and you can also start typing Planner here, and it'll show up, and you can click Show More Results if it didn't show up. So that just kind of gives you some insight. So now that you see Planner, you'll click on Planner, and then it'll take you here to Planner Hub. And once you're in the Planner Hub, you can basically see from this view that what plans I have in here. And then I have plans that are pinned. And then I could go in here and just basically say, I'm going to create a blank plan. And I'll call that test plan. Right? I could sign this plan to an existing group, right? Or a SharePoint site or group. And I can make it public or private. So if I wanted to make it private, it's because I have a lot of employees and I don't want them to have access to this plan. I want to hide it. If I want to make it public, everybody can see it. So I'm just going to do that, make it a little bit more easier. And I just click create and it'll create this test plan. So now we're doing Planner in the actual, again, the web browser, right? And a Planner has a view, like, 4 different views. You can see it from a grid. So you can break down your plans like that. You can see it from a board. Or you can see it, and then you could look at the chart, and this chart will give you an assessment of like what your plans are, what your plans like look like, what you're working on. And a good example, and I just created that test plan, but if you can see here, here's another good sample one, right? And you can see grid view, you could see the board, and the board is pretty typical, right? And this is beautiful. Like you'd already see, oh, I'm already working, I'm doing, go-to-market plan. I'm trying to launch a project, and I need to get the marketing and the offshore team involved in a series of different steps and things that are happening, right? I can see it from a chart view here, and then it'll start bucketing things. I could see, tasks who are assigned, what's a priority, and then, a status, like where am I at, 18 not started, 3 none late, and 2 completed, right? I could also see it from a actual, if you're like a calendar type of view, you can see it from a calendar view and you can be able to see kind of what's going on, what's your plan, right? So you can see here, I created this test plan. You can see this is one, this is similar to what you'll be doing. And then basically you can get in here, you could basically see the plan. You can, change the name, you can assign people to it. So I can remove Kima, right? I can bring her back, one of my employees. I can add multiple people. Every time I do updates, they'll get updates. I can go in here and you can see here, right? One was red. Let's say, let's find green. And let's say I could remove that. I can change it with the edit button here, right? And I can say it's not green. I could say completed, right? Just anything, something like that. Just want to show you the things I can do and change. I can put it in a bucket, And I'll explain what these buckets are. And then, progress, I can make it not started, in progress, or completed. I can set the priority, urgent, important, medium, low, give it a start date, give it a due date. Oh, it doesn't have a due date. And then set it to, do I want it to repeat daily, weekdays, weekly, monthly, year, or custom? Give it like a custom type of repeat. And then just add some notes here. And then here you could see, I could just keep adding on, more steps. Checklist steps, right? So step 5, right? I can hit tab and it'll take me to the next one. And then I'm going to do, step 6, right? Tab, right? So I can move things around. I can like, maybe I should do step 6 here. Or no, maybe not. Like that, right? Really cool. I can go in here and add an attachment from my computer. So I could say, I want to grab something from my computer. I can also grab something from my Teams file. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like I have some really cool videos in here, photos in here. So I want to throw a photo as an attachment in here. I want to add a comment and send the comment out to the team. Like, made updates, right? And made that little capital there and hit send. And the updates are updated in here. So everyone on this right here will see updates that are being made, right? And comments and feedback or notes, or made updates. I completed, the first 2, so now they know what's going on. You see they're going. I could show it on the card. I could not show it on the card, right? And then a way to create tasks is I'll go in here and I'll just click on it and say, hey, I'll just call it test 2 and assign it to me and give it a due date on the 30th, and then add that task. Boom. I can move the task around, grab it, start just moving it around, doing some fun stuff with it, right? Another cool thing I can do with this task is click on here, copy the task. I can, remove the signees there, but I can go in there and say, I want to copy this task. Then just click on items here, give it a new name, 3 here. I can even change what bucket it in. I want to put it back in the discovery bucket. I can add assignees. So when I clone it, it's going to clone a copy of the assignees and progress and dates or description, or I could add or remove description, or the checklist, or add or remove that, or attachment. I don't want it to bring over the attachment, and I don't want it to bring over the label. So I'm going to copy. Boom. So now 3 is over here. I can move it down and see it didn't bring over the label. Now, it could do some little funky stuff. Like we just copied it and it was supposed to bring over the checklist and it didn't. And it's a little weird, but I can go back and try it again and say, hey, this is going to be, so that's why I usually just recommend just check everything, change it to 4, boom. And then it's still acting up a little bit, but anyway, so you could kind of see, you can get going. I can get rid of it. I can delete it, right? I can delete some of these. Copy link to task. This is a little bit tricky, where you'll copy link to task, but you usually don't do that, but you usually like do the clone, or like you'll copy your task. Actually it did work because I copied it and didn't have any tasks. It'd have been better if I did this one, right? Sorry, I was saying, I'm gonna copy the task again. Boom, and then got it right there. So we got everything we need. Everything came over. So anyway, that's really powerful stuff, right? Oh, and I got too many tasks in here, so I'm gonna delete it. And I didn't like that one. I'm gonna delete that one, right? So, and then you could change your buckets. So you could change the names. It could be anything. I could say 1. I could, and let's go to test plan. This one, I don't want to mess that one up, but I could say, step 1, right? And just simple Kanban board view, right? Step 2. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I could change it. Step 2. And I could just go back to my bucket. Step 3. Just really simple, really easy. You're able to flow. You're able to function. I can say completed. And you just have all these really cool features in here. And then, we talked about that. I'll get a little bit of this right here, but if I didn't cover this, I'm able to add on members. So I want Kima to see what I'm doing, right? She's in it, right? And then group buckets by assigned to, so I can kind of filter and do some cool stuff here with the filtering. I'm not going to do that because it's going to make it a little funky. And then I could come here and say, conversations, members. I could see the members. Let's click on that. Give that a second to come up. I see members. I can see its connection to a notebook, connections to sites, export to Excel, copy the plan. I can pin this plan. Add plan to Outlook calendar, right? So you can see here, in people's, just, a lot more features you'll see in Planner here, right? So, and I got no people in this account, so you can just kind of see, your contacts and so forth. So that gives you an idea of like, how do you create a plan with the new plan button right here, the plans that you can create. This one is all the things that are assigned to me from a grid view, from a board view, from and then now I have my basic charts and my schedule, right? So everything that's assigned to me. So that pretty much covers your plan. And then I can actually go in here. And one last thing, I can go in here and say, hey, let's say I created this plan, my test plan, and I wanted to pin it. So I can pin it right there. Boom, my test plan's up there. See, I'll unpin that one and I pinned it back, right? I can unpin it again, right? So that's pretty cool, right? And then when you create some plans, you could get these little backgrounds. You can change backgrounds and just give it a little bit of color, a little bit of design. But usually, from what I've seen, most people just use kind of a plain background, just kind of keep you more focused on the task at hand and getting it done. I mean, this is the simple, beautiful use of Planner, right? And Planner is valuable because it is natively integrated across all the Microsoft apps. So there's no additional integration. You're not purchasing a subscription of Zapier and then having to spend a lot of time to how to figure out how do I get my actual Planner app to integrate into my Outlook, so I can see my emails and I can integrate it into Teams and so forth. And I wanted to, do stuff with Copilot and with Project Tracker, like an Excel sheet that I'm doing inside of Office 365 and all the other Office 365 apps. So Planner is just powerful, natively built in, and you get a lot of flexibility with the tool. So now let's move on to looking at Planner from a different perspective. Like I wanted to use Planner in actual Teams. So this is another cool capability of Planner. It's like, hey, I'm going to be in Teams and I'm going to find myself a lot here inside of a lot of posts. So I'll have my Teams and I'll have a channel. Let's say I've had like 50 channels and I'm like back and forth and a lot of communication, things are going on. And I just don't want to click out of Teams to go pull up my Planner. And so this is the beauty of Planner. And to get to it, you'll go to apps, right? And then you'll click on, and then you just type in Planner at the top. And then Planner will come up, and then you click open. And then you open Planner. Now I already have Planner open here. Now I have Planner open. And I'm just going to say it's unpinned, right? So Planner, when you open it up, it'll show at the bottom. So now I have Planner, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be using it all the time. I got a lot of stuff going on. I got stuff that's assigned to me. I got tasks I need to focus on. So I need to see this. So I want to click it and just pin it, right? And I can drag it and grab it and just move it up. So it's probably like the second to most important thing that I'm working on, right? So in Planner Teams, you can also see, my day. Like this is specific. That capability inside of Office 365's your to-do list, right? So instead of you like going into the to-do list, which nobody ever uses, and those of you, if you users, you guys are great. But Planner offers like this to-do list capability in here, which is called My Day. And you come in here and you can just say, hey, work, I'll say marketing task. And I can't spell today, so excuse me. And I could basically say, I want this task, it's private, and I want this task to be due, another day. And then I want it to be important. And then I want to say, I'm in progress, right? And I can say like this other task I was doing, I completed. But now it's private. Only I could see this, and I know that this is my to-do list. Like this is what I'm working on. And the next one is going to be, my task. And my task is basically allow you to look at all the tasks that are actually, like we showed here, that were created and that are signed to my tasks that are signed to me. It's going to show me all the tasks. Well, actually, all the tasks, right, that I have access to, and then it's going to show me it's going to show me my private task, and then all the tasks that are assigned to me. So this one's going to show everyone, like me, Kima, everybody else. This one will show just me, tasks that are assigned to me, right? And then the last one will be tasks that are flagged. So I flagged it in the email. And this is, again, the beautiful power of Planner, Teams, and Outlook integration that I'm able to collaborate across these different platforms, right? And now I can see here, I do not have to leave the platform because now I can see all of all my recent actual channels by my plans that have been created. So it's showing me everything. I can see what's been pinned, what's not been pinned. I can go here, see that pin, click the pin, and then boom, it shows up there. I can remove the pin, right, and so forth. So I see all the plans that recently, all the plans that are shared, personal, all the plans that are pinned, and then my teams, right? So I can see these plans, and I can click on into it. Now I can dig into the plan, and everything that I showed you that you're able to do in here, you can also do in Teams. That's powerful. So you're like, oh wow. So I can go in and see my views, see my grids, see my boards, see this chart, which is not really used a lot, but this view is powerful. Like I'm going to come in here and see this view. I start seeing, I need to move tasks around. And it's just really powerful. I could also do some sharing. I could add more members on, invite members to have access and so forth. So that's the power of plan. And the next thing I can do is I can click new plan and spin up a brand new plan, right? So I could say, hey, it's business, use a template. I'm not going to, add to the pin. I'm going to click create, and it's going to create a business plan, right? And then again, you can see like how everything is kind of assigned, which is really cool. And I can copy links to the plan or plan details. And I could just get, like general details. I could delete the plan here. If I don't like this plan, I can get rid of it. I could start all over. It's totally up to me. I could unpin the plan and then just go back to my plans. And then I just repin that plan back on. Now, again, right? I want to show you another capability or feature is in the channel. The big power of this is like using Planner in the channel. So I added this channel. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to show you how to add it, right? But that's how you had a plan and you want to remove it onto your channel. And this is one of the biggest powerful, I want to end with this. Like this is the powerful part of Teams. Teams has this just huge powerful capability where I could just connect to all these different apps while I'm spending a big majority of my time to get the most efficiency in my channel. So I figured out a way to make sure I'm swarming all my emails. So whenever somebody's emailing back and forth, instead of me just going and looking at email, all the emails show up in here. So I'm just in this environment. I do not have to leave, especially when I have 50 channels and I have different conversations with different groups and we're talking, and I'm able to like focus on like my go-to-market strategy, like what's actually happening. Now, one of the things I want to do is capabilities. I could add more capabilities here. So I would actually come in here and put Planner, but I already use it and you can see it. And I just click on it. And then now it's going to say, oh, hey, like I could take this planner and then just create a new one. So create a new plan and give it a tab name and all that. Or I could just take your existing and just take that plan and just tie it there if you want. And I'm like, yeah. So I hit save. And then boom. Now where I was showing you Planner here, I also can see it. I do not have to leave my actual channel, right? I'm in collaboration. I'm in talks. I could just click here and then pull up when I need. And that's just the beauty of Teams, right? And I don't have time to get into details, but I could just do more stuff, more connections. I can connect to the SharePoint file and get all the files. So everything is here. I could check to OneNote and just get my OneNote, right? And it's just great integration and collaboration where I'm in this environment and I'm actively able, I do not have to leave, right? I'm literally in Teams. I wake up and I get my day started. I work in Teams. I'm able to collaborate and engage and upload, start a post. add files. People can get that information, and those files will be stored inside of my actual SharePoint infrastructure. And then I also have that connection inside of here, your planner. I can able to see what I'm working on and what's getting done, what's not getting done. So, and then I can move things around. And anytime I update on here, I just go back to the web browser feature, and then boom, everything will get updated. Now, on a future video, I definitely wanted to talk about, Copilot and AI features that are buried in this. Not covering that in this video today. I just really wanted to focus on getting you to use Planner, helping you see the value of Planner, right? And it's a really powerful tool. It has all the built-in integrations. You can leverage it to be extremely efficient and just hold you and your team accountable to like deliverables, making sure things are getting done. You're able to manage projects, and you don't have to do it in a very aggressive and time-consuming way. Like, you're able to spin up plans really quickly. You're able to see where you're at in the plan. You're able to see who's working on what. You're able to get people to collaborate and so forth. And you can use it from, two angles. One is that I can actually do it from the actual browser, or I can do it from Teams. And I also can download the app online and put Planner on my phone, my iPhone or Android, and I'm able to get the same access. I'm not covering that in this video today, but I'm able to get the same access and then just go through and update add plans and see where I'm at, and then basically log in and just say, oh, hey, I completed this task, or this is how long it's took, and then, just mark off this checklist. So anyway, I hope that was super helpful. I use Planner very actively when I'm working with enterprise companies or medium-sized companies, or even my small startup companies. I use Teams a lot. I mean, I've come to rely on Teams. It just made me super efficient. And I wanted to give you this detail and this help so you can be also efficient too as you grow your business and take it to the next level. Anyway, thanks so much for your time. I'm glad that we were able to meet today, and I hope that you got a lot out of this session today. Look forward to you in future sessions. Thanks. Bye.